Hey, I'm Wendi Friesen, and I'm here, I don't know, with some guy. I can't remember who he is, but he's pretty cool. And actually, this is Kein. He is an absolute legend. I am so excited because Jerry has some issues, and that only Freud can solve, apparently, huh? Tell me
I'm
what
sorry,
what's
Wendi.
your...
Whenever I look at you, my heart just goes pitter, twitter, and patter. You know.
You're so sweet.
I know.
Now, tell me about your Freud deal. What's the
Well,
what's
we
the
were
deal?
discussing Freud. Now, most of you remember Freud, I'm sure. He was a mess. He was challenged in a lot of areas. You know that. But you know, Freud did make two statements that I think all of us as hypnotists need to refocus on.
Mm-hmm.
Because nowadays we're coming out with so many different type of therapies. We have Reiki and touch therapy and smell therapy and NLP and hypnosis.
Is that kind of smell therapy? Some doesn't smell right. I'm sorry, go ahead.
If you don't knock that off, I am gonna bite
I'm
you.
listening. Ooh, now we have something.
Well, that's the other one, is nibble therapy. I'm working on that.
Okay, we'll practice out later. Okay, so Freud.
But what Freud said, which really we got to back up. We got to
Okay.
back up and make some common sense out of the work we do. Freud said two things that, and normally I joke about him, but he was right on with these two things.
Mm-hmm.
He said, number one, every problem has a cause, and that cause is usually deeply hidden from the conscious mind.
Right.
That's brilliant statement number
Mm-hmm.
one. And I think most of us can agree with that, can't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if
Then-
we knew what it was, we wouldn't have the problem because we could logically reason with it.
Hello, rocket
Yeah.
science.
Yeah,
And then he came
I'm a
up with
rocket
the
scientist.
second half of that. But it took a couple of years later to do this.
Uh-huh.
He said, our job is to discover the underlying cause, get ready for this, through yet to learn methods. In other words, he knew that in order to help somebody with serious problems, you had to go back and find the cause of the problem and make the correction there.
Okay,
you
uh-huh.
see. And so when I look at the standards of training out today, we're so diverse, we're so mixed up, we're going in so many different directions, where, you know, I'm starting to practice what I call hypnosis.
Yeah,
If somebody has a
yeah.
problem, why don't we just go back, find out
Find
what
the
the cause
cause.
is, change the perception of how that cause
You know-
affected them, and
Yeah.
bada bing.
You know, I agree because there are just too many methods now and too many ways to like go all around the problem and instead just go to the cause, get the cause resolved.
Case
Yeah.
closed. But that doesn't mean direct suggestion doesn't work for the lighter
Right.
problems. It certainly does. You know, you want to improve your tennis game, you know, and or you want to lose a little light weight or things on
Right.
this. Or
Now, what
no
if
big
you
deal.
can't find the cause, though? I know there's a lot of hypnotherapists that work with clients and they can't get to the cause, and the person says, there's nothing there. I don't know. And they have, like, no answers. So what would you do?
That's not an acceptable answer in my office.
Mm-hmm.
We will use techniques that will help them discover the cause.
Right.
There is always a cause to a problem. If they activate their conscious mind in trying to look for it, they're not going to find it.
So regression is certainly one way. Do you have two other really good ways to kind of sneak around the resistance and get to the cause?
I beat them.
Okay.
That's why. And electric
So
shock
fun.
is another
Oh, God,
one.
I love the electric
I know,
shock
you've,
thing.
you've been hung
It's
up
like their
on that
body
for
just kind of
years.
zaps. Yeah, it goes all over you.
Tingles all over.
They
How
glow.
did I get into this? There goes my professional career right
Yeah.
up in smoke.
You're done.
No,
Yeah.
regression to cause is the most important tool for any hypnotist.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to use some indirect suggestions, some indirect techniques to see if you can move around it, take your shot. Will you get there? Sometimes, maybe, but more by accident.
Become
You need-
excellent at regression to cause and
That's-
know how to get there in spite of resistance.
And well, there's no such thing as resistance. You see, that's another negative word, and we got to talk about that sometime. You see, resistance indicates that the client is resisting. How can they be resisting? They just came in, paid you $200 for a
Right.
session, and now they're resisting?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
What resistance is, and I tell my students, is write resistance, put an X through it, and then write the word inhibition. Now, all of us understand inhibition.
And that makes a lot more sense, that it's simply that inhibition and that uncomfortableness with them.
Like you, for
accepting
example.
their
You know
issues.
when you go to a party, before you can put the lampshade on your head and dance around and lose your
I gotta drink
inhibitions.
a little.
You got to have a drink. Yeah, loosen up and do the
Several.
Wendi thing, you see. So all there is And hypnosis is a natural response, so all there ever can be
Uh-huh.
is inhibition to natural response.
All right. So do regression to cause, get to the cause of it, resolve it. They can find out how to do that with you because you're one of the best trainers for regression to cause that there is. And where can they find you, Mr. Jerry Kein, if they need to look you up?
Well, at the local police station.
On the wall, post office poster.
We got the Omni Hypnosis Training Center in DeLand, Florida at www. Do you have to say that anymore?
Nah, I don't think so. I think you could just say omnihypnosis.com. Is that it? Or
That's it.
Oh my gosh! And I actually do send people to your school. I've got DNA on my forehead now. I can go get that analyzed and find out who the real baby's father is.
I can't lift my neck up on camera. I got a chicken neck here. I got to look down.
Anyway, yeah, I send a lot of people to your school because I do believe that you are one of the best trainers there is. I mean, there's probably 5 good ones in the country, and you're definitely right there at the very top of the heap.
Well, we could very easily turn this into a mutual admiration society.
Yes.
But
Jerry and I do like each other a lot.
We
but
really
it's for good
do.
reason.
Yeah.
He's excellent at what he does.
Well,
I entertain him when I can.
We joke around a lot, but I'm going to tell you, one of the reasons our friendship is so true is because both of us truly respect what each one of us is doing.
Absolutely. You're absolutely
And we're both
right,
doing what we do from the heart, and because we really, really want to see this
In
profession
fact, you know
get
what?
better.
You're absolutely right. That's one of the things that Jerry and I have in common is we are both here because we love what we do.
That's right.
And it is when my dad was having a heart
Well,
attack
actually,
trouble, you sent the CDs and you helped me out right away. And it's just, you just know that Jerry is working from his heart.
Actually, I came here because I knew you were going to be here, and I thought maybe we could sneak off someplace.
Okay, we'll do that too. We'll work on that later.
Turn that thing off, will you?
7:30 out by the pool. Okay. Jerry Kein, omnihypnosis.com. Thanks for being here.
See you later.